Hello, and welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley, and for the next hour here on Verbling, we're going to be practicing using passive voice. I will briefly introduce the passive and its functions, and very simply how it's used, and then we will spend the bulk of the class. Actually, I'll be asking students different questions in a conversational manner. And hopefully I'll be asking questions that kind of force the issue that will cause you to answer using the passive voice. And I'll give you feedback about it, of course, as we go along, and we will practice speaking. Okay. Welcome to the class. Mariano? Is that right?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, Mariano.
Hi, Mariano. Where are you from?
I am from Mexico.
Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the class. Hi, I'm
Thank you.
Oakley.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah, I've been watching some classes, but
Okay.
I am a little bit shy.
Okay. I'm not.
Okay.
Just kidding. Okay. Um, we got plenty of material. Any other students, any viewers out there, students want to join us? That's no problem. You can join the class at any time you so desire. There's no problem with that. Jump right in anytime. The bulk of the class will be conversation, hopefully using passives. Talk to Chad here. Chad's having problems. Whoops. What happened there? Hey. Okay. Hello, Ariana. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to introduce passives and why we use it and talk about that a little. And then you guys are going to do more of the work, and you guys are going to practice English speaking passive. So first of all, just a wee bit of lecture here as I kind of introduce passives. All right. Okay, in English, we have the active form and the passive form of all the verb tenses. Any verb tense could be active or passive. In some of the more complicated verb tenses, future, perfect, continuous tense, it's going to be kind of ridiculous or very rare to see passive used. Passives are generally used more for the more simpler verb tenses, quite honestly. Simply, it's easier to use active when it gets to more complicated verb tenses. Okay. And an active sentence says, well, what the subject does, what action the subject performs. I speak. Okay, there's the action. English. There's the object noun. Okay, what does the subject do? Speak. What does he do it to? English, or to, or at, or for, whatever. And then we just have a time phrase here every day at work. Okay, fine. I repaired the flat tire. Who did it? The subject. Okay. We use passive to say what happens to people and things, to say what is done to them. Basically, your object noun now functions as the subject. So English is spoken here. Okay, the action happens to the subject. All right, and we really don't need an object. So the car is being repaired. All right, the action is happening to the car. Basically, that's it. We use the passive to show that the action is happening to the subject. Why do we use passive? Well, one reason is we don't know who did the action. Okay, so for example, the car was damaged while it was parked on the street. Okay, we don't know who hit the car. Hit and run. That's called hit and run, by the way. Somebody hit the car and drove away. The car was damaged. So we more or less have to use a passive form because we don't know who actually did the action. The shirts were made in Turkey. Okay, were made. Notice the forms, past tense here in these examples, was and were, and then the past participle. With passive forms, you have to get accustomed to, you have to learn the past participles of verbs because in passives, we always use the past participle of the verb. Also, another reason we use passive, when what was done is more important than who did it. All right, it's not very important who did the action. It was approved by Jerry last week. The speaker believes the it, whatever that may be, that the new marketing campaign, the project, whatever it is, was approved by Jerry. The more important information is that the project was approved. Okay, I was informed by the Human Resources Management only 2 days ago. Okay, notice uses of the phrases with by, the prepositional phrases. This is very common when we use passives to demonstrate who did the action if we want to add it. Obviously, in our first couple examples here, that's impossible. We didn't know who did the action. Actually, we should try this out for the different uses. Let me see if I can have you guys attempt to do this. Mariano?
Yes.
You want to try to make a sentence where we don't know who did the action using this same kind of format with a was and a past participle. Okay.
The phone wasn't answered.
The phone wasn't answered. Ah, we don't know. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. And using it, very good. The phone wasn't answered. Okay, that's great. Excuse me, pardon me. Notice position of the not here. It comes after the first auxiliary or helper verb. Okay, this is quite normal. Good job demonstrating a negative. The phone wasn't answered. I called and called. Okay, good, excellent, good job. Ariella, you want to give it a try? Forming a passive. You don't know who did the action. Okay.
The keys were found in the parking of the mall.
The kids.
No, keys.
Keys.
Yes.
Okay. In the parking lot. Very good. Excellent. That's perfect. Oh. Whoops. I'm other student, whoever you were, come on back. All right. Come on back. Don't be shy. Maybe if you were having any problems, usually just re-enter the class, and maybe it takes a couple tries, but hopefully you will be able to get in. Usually everybody can. Okay, guys, let's try this next kind of usage of the passive. When what is done is more important than who did it. And maybe adding a phrase with a by somebody. Mariano, you want to give it a try?
Okay. The movie was directed by, I don't know any director, and
I'm going to give you Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, yes, thanks. Quentin Tarantino.
You like Quentin Tarantino?
Yes.
Me too. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a terrific example. Okay, very good. All right, the movie was directed by Quentin Tarantino. Okay. Uh, Ariella?
Yes, I have an sentence. The candidate was elected by the citizen today.
Given a lot of elections going on lately around the world. Okay, very good. Excellent. All right, you guys are golden here. Great. I would add another possible reason. We don't know who did the action specifically. Oh, okay. Well, sometimes we know who did the action, but not specifically. Well, similar to the clothing was made in Turkey. For example, he was given a speeding ticket. He was given a speeding ticket for going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. Well, we know who gives speeding tickets. It's obvious. It's policemen. So it's not really important to say Officer Robertson. It's kind of generally meaningless because we know it's the police. Okay, you guys seem to have this down, so let's just move on to the conversation portion of our class. All right, I'm going to ask you guys some questions and really find out some things about you. You guys can tell me some stories, and hopefully you'll be able to use passive voice. Mariano, have you ever been stranded late at night with no transportation? And had to, yeah.
Yes, I have been stranded. And one day I went out with my girlfriend, and we get out late of the movie, so I have to walk to my home because I was stranded.
Okay, I had to walk home. All right. How far did you have to walk home?
10 minutes. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
far.
That's not so bad. Not like being stranded in the Mojave Desert or something.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, all right. A good story which illustrates excellent use of passive. Very good. I asked the question, have you ever been? When you hear that kind of a question, have you ever been? Mariana correctly answered with a passive present perfect. I have been stranded. Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Right. Using the present perfect to show that Mariano could in fact be stranded again someday in a more dramatic fashion, perhaps.
Yes.
Okay, good, excellent job. All right. Okay. Ariana, have you ever been deafened by a really loud noise?
What was the word laughing?
Deafened.
Can you write?
Yes, I am going to write it and put it here in the Verbling chat. If you're deafened, well, can you figure it out, actually? The root word is deaf.
Oh, yes, I have been definite when I went on a concert
Okay.
in my home country and Chilean group of music. Oh, I have been definite after the concert.
Yeah, okay. I was deafened. Okay. when I went to a concert, not
When
on
I
a
went.
concert. Okay.
Okay.
And who was the concert?
I was on Chilean group of music.
Okay. All right. Cool. And did you experience ringing in your ears or buzzing? Like,
Yes, yes. When the concert was finished, and I come back to home, I feel this kind of sounds in my heart, in my uh,
in your ear.
yes,
Okay.
ears.
Another little feedback for you. When we go home, okay, when we go somewhere and we're concerned about direction, all right, I can go to the mall, I can go to school, I can go to work. But home is an exception in English. We don't actually ever say go to home, just go home.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going home now. It doesn't matter verb tense or past present or future usage. It's an exception in English. You don't need to with home.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I was deafened. All right. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I once saw the musical group The Who are famous. Who are famous for extremely loud concerts. Of course, I'm very old, but anyway, I was definitely deafened for about 24 hours. What? Okay. Mariana, Mariano, sorry. Have
Yes.
you ever been hospitalized?
Yes, I have been hospitalized because of the appendix, my
Oh,
appendix.
really? Okay.
Yes, when I was a kid.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I have been hospitalized. Or okay, if you're gonna say, okay, that's. I think it's okay the way you said it. Passive, present, perfect. I have been hospitalized before. But if you say I was hospitalized when I was a kid, if you use a time clause, um, uh, you're gonna need to use just past simple passive, but that's fine. Uh,
Okay.
I was hospitalized when I was a kid for your appendix. Do you remember it? I
I
mean, do you
remember.
remember it now?
Yes, I remember.
How old were you?
13? Not now?
Oh,
Huh.
you're 13 now?
No, no, no. I was 13 when my appendix was
Very good.
cut off. I don't know.
Was removed. You say your appendix was removed.
Yes, removed. Now I'm 25 years old.
Okay. Okay, so you're 13, so you weren't a little kid. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Wow, what's that like? I've never had my appendix out.
It's
Hopefully.
normal.
It's it's normal. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I just wonder what that's like. Did they put you out? I mean, were you were you anesthetized?
Yes,
Okay.
they cut my stomach, open it.
Okay. All right. You could use passive because you don't remember who did it. You probably don't remember the doctor's name, right? I was anesthetized. Anesthetized, big word there. Put to sleep or drugged
Nice.
for for medical reasons. I was anesthetized and my
Or
stomach was cut open.
my appendix was removed by a doctor.
By a farmer.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Okay. Hmm. All right. What do you remember about it? Do you remember being really scared? Do you just remember it happening?
Yes, I remember when I went to the hospital
Yeah.
and my mom told me that they had to make surgery, so I started to cry. I was very scared. But nah, when they anesthetize you, it doesn't matter. You don't remember any.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've had surgery before. Um, yeah, you really don't care what's going on. True. Um, Ariana, have you ever had surgery before?
What do you say?
Surgery.
Um,
Surgery is an operation.
yes, yes.
Same thing. Okay.
And I had a sad story because I had a dog, and sometime my dogs, I was walking with my dog on the street, and my dog started to be crazy, and my dog, I can't take my dog, and so was on bath and hit my dog.
What?
So I tried to help him, my dog,
Your dog was hit by what?
by a bus.
By a bus? Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Yes. So when I tried to help to my dog, he bit me, my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and my one of my finger was broken.
Ah,
So for this reason, I need an surgery.
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 That's good. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. I not to bring up a sore. Well, you brought it up, but did dog survive?
No.
Oh, sad. Sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Did you survive? Sorry.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, but was sad, but also was a little bit funny because I work with computer, so for me was so difficult try to
Oh,
write in the computer because my finger was broken.
right. Yeah, I never thought about that before. If I work all day on the computer as well. If I broke my clicker finger, what would I do? Oh my goodness. Right.
Oh, in my case was I don't know the name of. Let me show you. This finger.
Ah, okay. This one?
Yes,
This one is your. It has a funny name in English. This is your pinky.
pinky.
Yeah, your pinky finger.
Okay.
And your ring finger, your index finger. What is this one?
That
Wait,
is the index.
this is the index? What is this one?
Yes. I don't know.
This is the
The
bad
middle.
finger. I don't know. Middle finger. Oh yeah. Middle
Yeah.
finger. No, you're right. Okay, you're right. I had that wrong. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mariano. You're right. He's absolutely correct. Now that I think about it, he's right. This is the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, and thumb, of course. Okay.
So now my friend laughing at me because they say that I have problem to press A.
Hey, yeah, I get it. Okay. Well, all right. Okay. A little piece of feedback. I had to have. You said I had to help to my dog. I had to help my dog. You don't need to there either, actually.
When you talk about pets, you can say she, he.
Good question. Excellent question. Yes, you can. And it's totally up to the speaker. English speakers sometimes use she or he if it's quite personal. You know the dog, it's your pet. You're going to know if it's a male or female. But of course, referring to animals, If I'm talking about a fox out in the field, I saw a fox. It was running through the field with two kits, two baby foxes. I can refer to it as it as well. So he, she, it depends. And usually it depends on, how well you know the dog.
Okay.
Or the animal in general. Things that you can't even tell what sex it is, like a fish or an insect. Of course, it's always it, because you don't know what it is. I don't know how to tell the sex of a fish or an insect. I don't know how to do it, so for me, it's always it. Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay. Mariano, did you ever? Okay. Can you think of a time when somebody thought you had done something, you were alleged to have done something bad, which you actually did not do? Were you ever falsely accused there?
Yes. What does it mean alleged?
Uh-huh. Good. Alleged. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's it. Precisely. Good spelling, even. Yeah, well, okay, good. If you're alleged to do something, it hasn't really been proven yet. So, for example, in criminal court, or, you may see it on the TV or in the movies, the alleged perpetrator of the crime, the alleged criminal, okay, he's been accused, but it really hasn't been proven.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah.
I was accused in high school because a Game Boy or a mini game disappeared. Well, someone stole it.
Aha. Okay. Excellent. Another passive. I was accused. Okay. Now you could. Okay. I was accused because a Game Boy was stolen. Ooh, double passives. Or I was accused. I was accused for. Okay. We often use accused with for doing something.
For a stolen game?
For stealing. I was accused for stealing.
Okay.
Or I was accused of. It's actually more. That's actually better. I was accused of stealing.
Yes, because if I say for stealing, it's like I am accepting that I did it.
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah. Actually, of is better. We can use for, but it's more. You have to use it a special way. He was accused for the crime of. Is often a phrase we may use.
Okay.
Of is actually better. I'm sorry. Okay. And all right, so you didn't really steal the Game Boy.
No, I didn't.
And so what happened?
I don't know. It was very difficult because obviously the person took the Game Boy or whatever it is and took to his home. I don't know. It didn't appear, and it happened. And the teacher, you know how they are. You are a teacher. They say.
It's funny.
If none of you say who stole the Game Boy, I'm gonna, I don't know, remove a point of your class. I don't know.
All
How
right.
do you say degrade your grades? Downgrade.
Okay. Deduct. Okay, you subtract something. Maybe she's going to deduct a point from your grade. Okay, maybe she's going to give you a what is that called? I can't remember the word. There is kind of a word for this will go down on your permanent record. You get demarcation, not demarcation, demotion, no, D something. I can't remember the word now. It's not coming to me. I'll probably remember it tonight. I'll wake up at 3 in the morning. Anyway. Okay, so she decided to punish the whole class until someone confessed.
Yes, but she
Didn't
didn't.
Yeah, it never works. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. It's crazy. Who cares if you lose 1 point rather than, get into big trouble? If you were the thief, I suppose. Okay. Okay. And they never found, it was never solved as most crimes.
Oh.
All right.
No, never.
Okay. All right. Ariana, have you ever noticed somebody else being unjustly criticized, being criticized for actions or opinions that were not theirs?
Criticized about art, for example?
Well, no. Well, for example, like President Obama gets a lot of criticism for everything under the sun. Now, some of it I'm sure he justly deserves, but some things are just crazy that, some people, everything that happens in the world is the United States' fault, no matter,
Yeah.
no matter where it happens or how it happens or when it happens. And sorry to say, but the United States does not have that much control.
Yeah.
If your sister falls down and breaks her leg, it's not Obama's fault. Okay. That's that's in a very exaggerated way, but yeah, somebody being blamed for something similar to what I was asking Mariano. Were you ever blamed for something? I'm asking you, have you ever seen somebody else blamed for something or criticized for something that they didn't really have anything to do with?
To me, when I arrived to USA, I lived in a home with Chileans, but were Chileans that live in USA for maybe 30 years, I don't know. So for me was so weird that they critique every time to Chile, the people, the houses, the street. So I think that they don't want their home country now.
Ah, Chile. Okay. So you.
Yes. So because the Chilean people are really nationalist.
Really?
We love our country. So it's weird when you arrive to another country and hear the people talk so bad about your country.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. Why? What? Do you know why?
Because they say that here you have more opportunity, you have more culture, better education, and so on. But I don't know. It's true, we have more opportunity here, but I think that in our country we can live very well. But for me, for example, I am doing a postdoc because here exist important scientists who I can learn.
Okay, who I can learn from.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think that our country, I can find good opportunity in my country too. But For me, wasn't a decision come to here because I can learn English.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
but
What,
I just have been here for 5 months, and really I don't think bad about my home country.
no, I think that's a little weird. It's a little weird, but not for me. Um, what's your postdoc in? What's your subject?
My
Yeah.
Yes, I am bioinformatics.
What?
Bioinformatics.
Excuse me? My, my,
Bioinformatics.
oh my goodness. Teach me some English. What does that mean?
um, we study biological system in the computer. For example, when you are studying or you need some drug, a specific drug for
Ah,
a specific disease, we can design drugs in our computers.
oh my
We
God.
can
Oh,
study biological phenomena in the computer at a microscopical level, atomistic level.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what are you doing here in class, Ariana? You should go get to work and resolve this whole Ebola thing for us.
Uh,
But she can't because she can't type the A in Ebola.
yes.
There is no A.
I,
There is an
oh,
A.
yes. Actually, I work at NIH, so I
Really?
am taking some English course at NIH, and the teacher told us that the Ebola patients is 2 floor under our classroom.
No kidding. Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
but
Holy
it's no
smokes.
problem.
No problem. Well, I hope. Yeah, I certainly hope there's no problem. Okay. Wow, that's quite fascinating. That's very interesting.
Yes.
Um, okay. I made a note way earlier in the conversation. You said they critic Chile, even though that's where they're from. Okay, we can. This is sort of interesting. There's really two verb forms of the whole. You can critique something, the pronunciation. You can critique, but
Okay.
a critique is generally supposed to be constructive, generally, or you can criticize, which is more generally speaking negative usually. Okay, so those are two verb forms that you can use. Okay, and the other thing, Ariel, be careful about your J's, of course. Just, J's. Spanish J's, instead of the Y
Yes.
sound. You know what I'm saying. I know you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. It's my problem.
I know you know. Okay. That's very interesting, though. And thank you for teaching me about bioinformatics. That's actually fascinating. I would like to
Yes.
know more about it, actually. How does that work? Very
Yeah.
interesting.
The idea is an word that um, um, to integrate biology with informatics.
Yeah, I got that basic idea. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, very interesting stuff there.
It's the
Okay,
science of the
thanks.
future. It's the science of the future using computers.
Yeah, I would guess so. Okay, Mariano, I have from highly intellectual discussion, let's go to completely simple and childish. Have you ever been buried?
no.
No.
Maybe half body when I go to the beach.
Exactly. That's what I was kind of talking about.
I
Okay.
was buried when every time I go to the beach.
All right.
No, I am buried. Sorry.
Uh, oh, no. Wait a
I
minute.
was. I have. I
Yeah,
have
I
been
am.
buried. No.
Okay. I I get buried, maybe? Because other people have to do it, right?
Yes, I get buried. Oh yes, I get buried by
I
my
get
friends.
buried my friends every time I go to the beach. There you go.
Yes.
That's better. All
Okay.
right. Yeah, but Mariano, you can also be buried at work. Ha ha. A more
Oh,
idiom, a more idiomatic way of using the word buried is, and very common, by the way. Oh, I can't have lunch with you today. I'm buried. Uh, my boss has assigned me 3 new projects to finish by the end of the week. I'm totally buried.
okay.
Yeah. Have you ever been buried at work?
Yes. Now I'm buried at work.
But here you are with us, and nonetheless.
Yes.
Okay. Terrific. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm buried as well. uh, here's a totally well. Okay, whether to do with your job or to do with other things. Ariana, have you ever been completely baffled by something?
Baffled?
Baffled. Yeah, I'm also throwing some vocabulary at you guys
Yes.
today, in
Impressionated?
case you didn't notice.
Sorry.
Baffled.
Perplexed.
Baffled
Uh,
means completely confused, without a clue.
ah, yes. This word is really common in my work because
Yeah,
sometimes you are studying some specific protein and you how to find a specific solution of the problem, but you find other thing totally different.
yeah. I was thinking probably your work. A lot of the times people are baffled. Ah, that's all you do is deal with very complex situations. So
Yes.
seems like, yeah. Pardon me. Excuse me. Um, okay, Mariano, tell me about 3 things that you are disconcerted by. Ah, here's an interesting verb because we often use it. We usually,
Disconcerted by?
yeah, we often use it in the passive form. Ah, sorry, got a little bit of a cold. If you're disconcerted by something, you're made uneasy, a little nervous. Not like terrified, horrified, scared, but you're made uncomfortable.
Okay.
What is something you're disconcerted by?
I'm disconcerted by the people who work on politics by the money, because of the money.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes, I use it well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. By people who work in politics for the money.
For
Okay.
the money.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, the next one. Oh, I can think. Okay, but it's just like it can be like confused too, or in a strange
Well,
manner.
if it makes you uncomfortable and nervous, yeah, in a strange manner, you can be disconcerted by strangers who follow you for 3 blocks,
Okay.
for example.
My dog is
Sorry.
disconcerted
Yeah.
by me. I don't know.
Ah,
When I touch its ear.
okay. That's funny. That's true. Yeah, most dogs kind of freak out if you try to play with their ears. Yeah,
Yeah.
they find that disconcerting. Use the
Yes,
adjective too. Yeah, absolutely.
sure. Okay.
True.
So I can say my dog finds out disconcerting when I touch its ear, or
Sure,
uh,
he finds it disconcerting when I
finds it,
touch his ear. Yep,
finds out. No, okay,
finds
finds it.
it. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You can be disconcerted by many things. Anything that you have a phobia about, or weird human behavior, or definitely, you can find like a job profession disconcerting. Okay.
Yes.
You might, I find, to be honest, I find undertakers a little bit disconcerting. The people that take care of dead bodies, for the funeral. All right.
What's the name of the job?
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Well, I find that whole, I don't know, it's just a strange job to be. I know somebody's got to do it. And actually, one of my friends in school, her father was like the local undertaker. Very, very nice man. They tend to be very, very nice people, but nonetheless, I'm slightly disconcerted by them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Ariella? What do you find disconcerting?
Oh, I find disconcerted by in my work at lunch, when I have a lunch, I found an China and boy from Japan, and he told me that he feel very well here because he can have a lot of baby without pay taxes. Because yes,
What?
yes, I think that
Oh,
in Japan you need pay taxes for the second baby, right?
Wow.
well, that's odd.
Oh, another thing
China,
was my
China, you do. That's for you have a. The only way you can have a second child is if you pay. There's a tax
yes.
that you have to pay. That's true. I don't know about
Also,
Japan.
I knew an girl from India. She was pregnant, and she told me that she didn't want to know the sex of the baby because in India it's illegal. Illegal.
In India, it's illegal
Yes, because
to
if
know the
you
sex of
baby,
the baby.
yes, because if your baby is
Interesting.
girl, it's possible. Do you want abort because they prefer boys?
Uh-huh. Right.
Yes. For me, it's disconcerting the difference between culture in different countries.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and that is okay. That is correct use of the word. Okay, we can say I find it disconcerting, or I am disconcerted by the idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird, actually.
Mhm.
Very different. Yeah, it's very strange. In China, they have strict population control measures. I think they're revising these recently, but anyway, for years it was if you can only have one child, unless you have money, and then you can pay sort of a punishing tax.
Yes.
A license.
So yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So you always know, I deal with Chinese students. I always know who's rich. Oh, you have brothers? You have two brothers? Very rich.
Oh, yes, sure.
Quite obvious. I mean, there's no hiding it. Yeah. On the other hand, in Korea, because their population is decreasing and their birth rate is very low, they actually give you money to have another kid.
Wow.
Yeah. They'll actually pay you.
It's different.
Very different. But, well, that's culture. That's life. Okay. Okay, Mariano. Uh,
Yeah.
okay. Uh, do you know anyone whose house has caught on fire?
No, I don't know anyone.
Really?
And what can I say?
Well, nothing. No, I've never met anyone whose house has caught on
I've
fire.
never,
Yeah.
yes, I've never been met.
Okay.
I've never. Okay. Sorry.
Good. No, don't be sorry. You're lucky. You come and move next to me. You can be my neighbor.
Yeah.
Have you?
Good luck. Uh, yeah. How about you, Ariella? Have you ever met anyone who had a house fire?
Um, Actually not, but now in USA, my apartment is in front of the fire station.
Oh,
So
you did. Oh, great.
yes,
Well, not or not great. Maybe not great.
the, no, not a lot of great, no, not great because at 3 in the morning, 12 at 9, they go out to to some places
Right.
and yes, the sound, woo, yes.
Yeah. All right. The sirens blasting at 3 in the morning. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, that's not good.
But in 5 months, yeah, it's not a big problem now.
Okay. I actually, okay, Mariano, you can never say this again. Actually, I set my house on fire once, accidentally, of course. Not really badly though, but I'm an idiot. I put on some oil to cook French fries, and then I realized, I think I realized I had no ketchup. Who wants French fries without the ketchup?
Makes
So
sense.
So I had the oil on the stove and I wanted it to get hot, and I went just just to the neighborhood store, just around the corner, not far. I thought I'd be gone for 2 minutes, so I left the fire on the oil. I went to the store and I don't know. I got talking to a neighbor, or you know how it is. You go to your neighborhood store, and the next thing I know, 10 or 15 minutes have gone by. Oh, no, no. I'm in the middle of cooking lunch. And I go home, and sure enough, the oil had caught on fire, and this had set the cabinets. I had kitchen cabinets, well, a fan like you have above a stove, and then
Yeah.
cabinets above that, and the fan. What do you call screen filter? The fan filter caught on fire, and then the cabinets caught on fire. Ah, but I'm reasonably prepared. I had a fire extinguisher handy, and I just put it out. But it only basically destroyed one kitchen cabinet. So, and the fan. I had to replace the fan in the kitchen cabinet. But yeah, be careful when cooking
Okay.
with oil. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Um, uh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna, well, this may be too personal. You don't have to answer if you don't want. Mariano, well, maybe not. Do you have any family events or public events, maybe in your city or in your country? Are there any events, historical events, personal or not personal, that you know of that are still shrouded in mystery? You don't know why this happened, what really happened.
Advanced?
Events.
Events.
Okay. Yeah. Like historical events.
Historical
Uh-huh.
events that I don't know
Yeah.
why happened.
Yeah. Shrouded in mystery. Yeah. Why? What happened? I'll tell you one for me, a personal one.
Shrouded.
Yeah. My last name is Moodie. However, if you go back to my great-grandfather's time, it was Moody. Something happened. with my grandfather's father. Something happened in the family, and there was a split in the family, and half the family kept the Y ending, and half the family changed the spelling of their name.
Wow.
Why? I have no idea. No one would ever explain what happened. So my branch of the family, the name was changed. Ooh, there's passive. The name was changed to a different spelling, and I have no clue why that was. What happened? What horrible rift or divided my family that way? No idea.
Yeah, it happened to me. The same thing.
Really?
My last name is Espinosa.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Where are you from? Sorry.
From Mexico.
Ah,
And
okay.
you?
From Chile.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Espinosa, that's my last name.
Uh-huh.
But there are another families that has Espinosa with Z.
With the Z,
Right.
right?
Right.
And there are other families that is Spinoza. Spinoza.
Ah, right, with no E. Yeah, okay.
And there are a lot of Espinosas around Mexico that may be my family, but I don't know.
Yeah, right. And also famous baseball players.
Yes, a lot of Espinosas.
Yeah, true. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I've rooted for a few Espinosas before in baseball. I like baseball a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Ariella, do you know of anything that's completely shrouded in mystery? You don't know why it happened? Something was done, and you don't know why.
Also with the last name.
Okay.
I discovered in South America we use as last name the last name from my father and the last name from my mother. I have two last names.
Really?
Right? Yes. It's common in South America.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
My mother, her last name, both are the same.
Okay. In America, sometimes they do that hyphenated thing. Like the husband is Smith and the wife is Black, so then when they get married, they become Smith hyphen Black.
Ah. Sometimes, but it's not common. It's not common.
Right.
So for me, it was really weird that my mother has the last name same. So then we discovered that my grandparent was cousin.
Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay.
It's a mystery, but
Yeah.
yes.
I have an interesting point to share with you. I'm an American, but I currently live in the Philippines. And in the Philippines, they get very creative with first names.
Oh.
So sometimes they'll take the first name of the husband and the wife and make that blend them into a name. So they might have a kid here. For example, if you two were married, and I'm not suggesting anything, they might have a kid named Mariano, Mariella, and another kid named Ariano. You see what I mean? They mix the names together. So
Yes, yes.
yeah.
It's same in Cuba. In Cuba, they use a lot of yes.
No kidding. Okay, that's funny. Okay, guys, thank you very much. You guys were great. Good practice using passives. I got to go. The clock is running out, and I have another class coming up in just a minute. So stick around. In my next class, we'll be looking at slang. But for now, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.